My beautiful stars, reading time, 2021. We've got something for this collective. You're about to, I don't want to say repeat a cycle, but you have something that is resurfacing from that year. So what I want to do, this is going to be a very specific reading. I just want to see for the right collective what was going on for you in 2021. And then we'll see where this reading goes. 2021, main collective. Wow. Okay, so you've got Ace of Pentacles, but you've got Ten of Swords, and you've got the Fool in the reverse. Straight off the bat, 2021, this collective, I think you were really starting to stabilize your life. Things could have really been flourishing for you financially. Kind of all areas of your life. You could have really felt like you were hitting a new chapter in your life, but you were going through some form of breakdown. There could have been an ending. There could have been a separation at this time. So even though we've got Ace of Pentacles, which is all about, I always say, having that grounded, it feels like we're being touched from the heavens. Really luck is on our side, straight to hitting rock bottom. It's like as things were starting to increase in your life, as you were starting to feel very stable and happy, you had a sudden ending, which maybe created some foolish, impulsive kind of decisions in your life. You could have gone from a very stable place to a very reckless place. Where you had so much faith in your life, this lack of faith came over you. This Ten of Swords can also be a card of divorce, but a very painful separation. And I'm just staring at this backstab, this ruin. So 2021 was a rough year for this collective. Hold on, I just want one more for this Ace of Pentacles. Okay, Seven of Swords in reverse. So this is about getting caught red-handed, certain confessions, unworkable issues, coming clean, pricked consciousness. Just with this betrayal here, I don't see how there was... This is what affected your Ace of Pentacles. So there was definitely some things happening in this foundation you were creating that maybe you weren't aware of. This really ties in with this Seven of Swords. For some of you guys, you could have really found out about certain betrayals. Maybe they were denied, but you yourself, to damage this Ace of Pentacles foundation, could have lost a job here. You could have, there was something unworkable. So what was broken could not be fixed, which makes me feel you really had to start a new chapter. This is reminding me of you coming to the end of a 2-year karmic cycle. I always say just towards the end, those things we didn't learn, those lessons we didn't learn, unfortunately, this is when the destruction starts. There's definitely some things for the main collective, especially with these two. Let's take external grievances being done to you. You yourself, there was some things you definitely regret with your decisions. Some of your foolish, reckless behavior. You had a very restless period at this time. Okay. Yeah. So where you thought you had a world, and I just said you were coming to the end of a cycle, you had a world in reverse here. Things started being delayed. There was stagnation in your life. You were facing a lot of disappointments. I don't feel this collective, you had activated any kind of healing journey at this point. Just with these cards here, I think this could have been maybe a start of a renewal for you, but this period I'm reading, I think it was this that started to ignite some change. These are some pretty heavy cards here. One more for your top row. Okay, and that, as we said it, you started shifting your consciousness. So after all of this destruction, within a 2-week period, your mind started changing. You started evolving in your mind. You felt like you were starting to gain internal strength. All right, let's confirm these. Ace of Coins, 7 of Coins in reverse. Wow, you really did. This caused a complete rebirth for you. I wouldn't surprise me if this collective 2021, just after this period, you went through some form of soul awakening, spiritual activation. You went through a clear and purge, a transform, a metamorphosis, a rebirth. Gosh, whatever you lost here, it knocked you for 6. Remember the reading, there's something about to repeat here for this collective. So but if you've been on a journey of self-discovery and healing, I feel it's more positive is what I'm getting. But anyway, let's keep going. Wow. So this separation came in very suddenly. Ace of Swords. There could have been some truths that actually were found out here, but believe it or not, this ending for you, this 10 of Swords, it really did create a breakthrough. It wouldn't have felt like it in the moment, but it really did start to change your direction in life. Even though this is a card of clarity, I'm on the fence here. I don't feel this especially if there's something repeating, it means there hasn't been a complete full circle moment for you. I'm on the fence with this one. Maybe you found out some of the things, but if this had really been completed out, it wouldn't be returning. Wow, so this is a Hierophant in you really did. You activated yourself. So with this Fool in reverse, and let's be real, I always say a spiritual activation, oh my gosh, you can come off very manic, very restless. You changed your direction in life. You started tapping into your blueprint. But these unconventional life choices, alternative lifestyle, I think you more just started to find your internal through the crazy. But you started thinking for yourself. You broke free from the mold. Wow, you activated your psychic abilities. You started to learn in-depth emotion maybe before this period, and I find anyone that goes through a divine activation, especially tapping into that divine feminine, you've had such a rough life, you kind of harden your heart, you're more of a detached, cold lover. You remind me of a Queen of Swords kind of energy. Whatever you were facing, it activated that emotion that you had deep within, but unfortunately your trauma kind of closed it off. I feel you became extremely sensitive. emotional. Maybe you were someone in the past, I'm hearing this specifically, it was very hard for you to cry. It's like through this period, it's like those tears that you had held back for however many years, it's like they just couldn't stop coming. But your deep feelings and your intuition and all of this stuff started evolving. You started realizing how stuck you were in life, how blinded you were in life. But all the disappointments that you had faced in life, it's like they all caught up to you at once. This would have been, for the right collective, very, very emotional period for you. Wow. So this is what shifted. You started tapping into your intuition. You started taking care of yourself, putting yourself first. Again, I think in the moment you didn't realize this was happening, but as you were shifting your consciousness, your belief system, your subconscious programming, you started to tune into yourself. I feel this is where this collective, you really activated your blueprint. I'm surprised the High Priestess hasn't come out yet. Okay. You could be an air sign, but this could have also been the heartache. You were making long-term plans with someone, making sense with this Ace of Coins, but within a few months it just turned cold. It turned very, whoever this person was, even yourself a little bit, very unbending when it came to this ending. This person could have been really sharp and critical. Hold on a second. I wanted to tap into this Ten of Swords and this Ace of Swords. I feel this collective, you really did kind of feel making long-term plans, and then poof, it's like you really did feel blindsided here. Okay, so I was tapping into your connection at this time. It felt like it was evolving. You were hitting a new phase in life. I don't think you were or had started really healing your inner child just yet. I think this was meant to activate you. Maybe this started off as more of a friendship with this person. But it's like as soon as you guys met each other and you started conversing, you could feel some form of soul connection, but then quite quickly came the heartbreak. So deeply hurt, sad separation, breakup, feeling lost, makes sense with this Fool in reverse, this World in reverse. There was a lot of grieving and mourning, that Queen of Cups. Let's get two more. The Runner. So they ran and you started making healthier choices for your life. So Runner, codependent relationship. It could have been very codependent, but they had a fear of deep intimacy and they were listening to their ego. But I think this collective, you had kind of no choice but to start making healthier choices in your life. Self-care, trying to be happier, self-love. One more. Addictions. You could have, this is about a card of obsession. This could have created a lot of obsession, especially if it was left like this, but I'm actually hearing addiction, especially with this healthier choices and this Fool in reverse, the reckless, foolish decisions. You could have gone down a little bit of a darker path, but quickly snapped yourself out of it. But the hammer here, maybe you guys tried to get it back on the same page, but you just couldn't. There was a lot of sabotage, self-sabotage, a lot of repetitive kind of energy here. This is that real 50-50 card. So even though you've got Runner, and I don't think it was a complete clean break, definitely made you start reevaluating your life. And then you got Twin Flames at the bottom. Okay, So that's what was going on in 2021. I just quickly want to see where you guys are at now, and then we will start breaking down this reading. I want to get these, and then I want to get tarot for just your current energy, and then we'll see how this goes. Okay. What's repeating for this collective? What's repeating? That's what that literally flew sitting up. Like, I do think you're going through a true rebirth, right? There's, for you to have something repeating from that time, something hasn't been closed off. You haven't had a full circle moment, right? So right now, what's around you, death, rebirth, catalyst of your heart's awakening. It's like you're just rise from the ashes from that period. And we're in 2025. So that's 2 cycles you've been having to heal from what you went through. Don't make it fit. They're saying it's just now you're really starting to rise from the ashes. You're going through a total transformation, a complete renewal. So 2021 for the right collective has burdened your heart for a long time. Tree, your spiritual growth, your connection to source. So you really did go through an activation. You're finally really seeing that personal growth. They're wanting to ground you right now. They're activating this fertility energy around you as well. There's something about roots starting to plant here. 25 or 5th of July or the 7th of May could be important. So mountains, so certain obstacles, problems, distance, the solitude you've had to go through, certain things that have been blocked, cold and indifferent, and delays with are about to come through. There's problem solving energy, there's solution energy around you right now. 21st of August could be an important memory birthday, number 17. So the obstacles and the things that have not come full circle for you, there's some solution. I just want one more for these 2. Hierophant energy. Oh, that's good. I think another thing, I always say he's such a traditionalist. He has a very strong kind of program belief system. But I think there's certain things in your mind that have really started evolving and changing, especially when your outlook on certain obstacles, certain things that have had barriers. And another thing, he's my ritualist. So maybe in 2021, without you even knowing, especially if you practice like magic, witchcraft, there could be some things that maybe you kind of sowed at that point that could be coming into alignment. There's a reason I'm hearing that so specifically. But this card says stability, stable changes are on its way through your persevering, prosperous. He's also a card of like strong foundation and commitments. Taurus could be an important sign here as well. All right, one more for your top row. Wow, things are unfolding. So major opportunities ahead. Celebrate this Phoenix period that you're going through. You would feel some form of release and change. I've had quite a few collectives here this past couple weeks with a different outlook coming over you. Wouldn't surprise me if you're one of my collectives I have read over the past few days. There's warmth coming, more growth, relaxation, enjoyment, expansion, positivity. So where 2021 was very painful, and I was feeling that, it's the opposite energy coming. There's, I think the biggest thing is solutions, which is good. Okay. Clarity is on its way. More information through this Phoenix period. Very important details that haven't been revealed. 27 could be important. You're about to be larger than life. One more for that, please. Wow. So all the things you've been stressing about, and let's be real, that, watch this whole reading, that was some heavy stuff. It would have caused illness, stress, anxiety, worry, restlessness. I don't want to say deteriorating, but fear and nagging over your heart. This is what's, the clarity's coming in this Phoenix. It's pretty good. 23rd of July, 25th of July, or the 27th of July, important memories, birthdays. Tree. Wow, you might, this has got the moon over it. One, I do say moon energy, it's really tapping into that ancestral discovery and really tapping into who we are. And I feel this is, because this is the card of your connection to source, your personal growth, your spiritual growth, the way you've evolved, because you really tapped into you. But I do think there are still some things hidden and mystery here. This is, again, what's around you. Do you feel completely grounded right now? Maybe not with the moon over this, but these roots that are being planted, maybe you're still, there might still not be complete belief over you. I think this is more something that's germinating in the background. One more for that. Pisces could be an important sign here as well. Yeah, so right now I think you're very, I don't want to say very emotionally weighed down. I feel there's a transition happening, but in your physical, I do think that you still feel heavy, weighed down, a little bit trapped with certain things, emotional baggage. But again, you're just not seeing it completely clearly yet. Clearly this reveal has not come just yet for this collective. After this, I'm going to get your tarot for what is going on with you right now, but I do think you still have some shackles over your heart, or feeling a bit weighed down in the heart space. Okay. These everything's developing. So this mountain, these obstacles, all of these problems, there's new energy coming over this air element. So you've got air, earth, and water here. I want one more for that. It says communication on this one. Mother Gaia. So without these obstacles, you would not have found your... So these obstacles, the fire that's been in your life, all of these barriers, it was to grow you. This is beautiful. To find your inner identity, to ground you in your purpose, to experience duality for the first time in your life, to balance your inner and outer worlds. Another card of fertility here as well. But... to realize you are the center of everything, your sovereignty, to balance you. Without these mountains, you would not be in this energy right now. That's very nice. 21st of the 4th April or the 8th of April could be important as well. Problem-solving energy, the sun. It's amazing. Success is on it. Success, self-realization, your true identity, your creative spark and flow, you're purpose-driven now. One more for that. Process of arrival. Let's be real, 4 years, although that's not long, it's a lot of baby steps. The process of arrival, baby steps, progression, you just kept going step by step. Spiritual growth again. Look at these spiritual growth. You've got the tree, you've got the phoenix, you've got the Mother Gaia, you've got the Hierophant, you've got the stepping stones, the sun. A lot of spiritual development, this collective. In 4 years, be proud of yourself. Wow, so this is what's unfolding, major opportunities. 27th of the 7th's important because you've got 27th here. Do you see this? I don't think so. The deception, the betrayal, I'm seeing the 10 of Swords all over this. The toxicity, the silent treatment. There could have been details about sexuality, but you've got incoming communication, making contact. Things are unfolding here, but again, you're under the moon with this. You still feel like there's a ball and chain over you at some points. Overall, what's coming? Yeah, the arch, you're on target. You may not feel like it, but you are. You've got a powerful full circle moment coming. So if you, I always say when we're about to have something come full circle, people from that time period in your life, or maybe you recently called, let's say, you know, you lived in a different area at this point, you've just had a random appointment, you have to go there, or people you know are visiting that area, or, you know, just people from that time period. When you've got something about to repeat, the universe shows us in the physical. Okay, let it be on your socials. You've come across people you knew in that time period, or people have added you, or just they would be showing you the significance of that year right now, preparing you, especially because you've got this moon energy over you a bit. I want one more. On a quest. Oh my gosh. The time has come. New beginnings, new cycle. Excitement, rejuvenating, setting new goals and intentions. Another card of spiritual growth. Another card of fertility, but new cycle begins. Wow. Judgment on the bottom. You might activate another awakening as well. All right, let's just see what you're currently going through. Wow. Ace of Cups in reverse, Six of Cups in reverse. So you're even going through nostalgia. So again, you would be having memories of that time period, or dreaming, your dream state taking you to people that you knew in that time period. Someone returns from the past, revisiting the past memories. Okay, right now in your life makes sense with that ball and chain. You feel like there's some things that are one-sided here. This Six of Coins in reverse is also about unpaid debts. Maybe you've got some finances, some things on your mind with finances, but you're starting to realize and take notice of the people you allow in that make you feel undervalued. This is probably why you're activating certain nostalgia and memories as well. But right now, when it comes to your heart space and emotion, I don't think you have someone in your life. You're repressed here emotionally. You're holding your emotion back, but you're feeling content. So you've gone through a very painful Cups journey. If you've got Nine of Cups here, and again, I do think that there's moments you still feel that ball and chain energy, but it makes sense why you're taking notice of this Six of Coins in reverse. I always say to get to that Nine of Cups, boy oh boy, that's some tough emotion we need to deplete. And when we get there, we start to really see ourselves, and we line these 9 beautiful, powerful cups with renewed emotion. and we're finally starting to feel balanced. And we are so aware of who we allow at our table. We are so aware of who we allow who we allow to sip out of those cups because of what we've been through. So it makes sense why you'd be so receptive, like just so noticing people that don't treat you the right way right now, because it's taken you a long time. What, 4 years? It's not that long, let's be real, but you're very selective. You're very selective right now. You definitely, I don't think, would ever be blinded by the same things you were blinded to in the past. Your self-love, your self-value, your self-respect. That's what's your number one priority right now. You're really preparing for that 10 of Cups without you even knowing. But you are feeling satisfied. You are feeling there's a contentment over you. Okay, that's good. Yeah, things that you've learnt boundaries too. There are some things in your life right now that still overwhelm you, but instead of letting it overwhelm you to a point of sadness, you're like, nah, this isn't worth it. You've learnt to pick yourself up emotionally, which is very good. But things that are out of your control, you don't fixate on anymore. That's nice. Okay, so right now there is a bit of you that you feel a little bit blocked intuitively. Ace of Cups in reverse, Empress in reverse. You could be feeling a little bit creatively blocked as well. Maybe you're questioning things you've got dependence on, as like, you know, certain routines in your life or certain people. I just think you're really evaluating the things that get you out of your self-love right now. I don't think you feel the same. The right collective. I feel maybe, you know, questioning maybe where you could maybe not feel as aligned to your intuition or to your center, or again, you're going through a phoenix period. I always say when we're ascending, we go fuzzy up here because we're removing what doesn't serve us in that ascension period. We're removing it to make room, depleting the old for the new. So right now, as you're watching this, you're just trying to really, this says paying attention to your body. I think you're just noticing that you're not feeling how you normally feel. All right, Six of Cups in reverse. Queen of Swords. Whoa. So even this you've got she's my realist. Her and the Queen of Pentacles, you ain't blinded by no love bubble. I'll tell you that right now. When it comes to this memories, revisiting the past, someone returns, you're in Queen of Swords. So I think for a long time this would have been like a Queen of Cups here. You're very logical right now when it comes to anything from the past. You can see why. Again, there's a reason this is activating over you. You're meant to complete out something right now, so it's meant to be approached a different way to when it was in 2021. So it's good. I actually think this is a good card to have under this. This says realistic, direct. You found your inner strength with this situation. This is good. One-sided yeah, you're like, this card's about not learning from the past. Third party, you are like, nah, never again. You're seeing your past mistakes, this third party friction, things that you feel like you're doing alone. You're just like, well, if I'm doing it alone, peace out, get out of my space, get out of my energy. That's very good. That's good. Okay, wow. So this Nine of Cups, this is reminding me of that moon. You don't see it. In the next few weeks, you're about to celebrate life and have fun. this is when this Nine of Cups really activates in the physical. Emotionally, I do feel you feel content and a stillness, but I don't think you're sitting in that enjoyment of that Nine of Cups just yet. Internally you feel it, but externally, I don't think it's arrived. Okay. We've got a cosmic trigger here in the next few weeks. You've got strength in the mind. You've got the Hierophant twice now. You see things differently. I feel you've reprogrammed in such a beautiful way, especially when it comes to your trauma. Again, things that overwhelm you, things that aren't reciprocated, you're letting it be. You just want structure and good foundation in your life. But you've realized your power as well. He's our leader. Like, he is the ruler. He to me is higher than the emperor. But your values have changed. You understand yourself better. Last one. Still soul searching. You could still feel like you're in a bit of a hermit's journey. 4 years to transform, reprogram a brain that's been there since 3 or 4 years old, relearn life. That ain't long, but you're still soul searching. You still learn daily, but you're focused on your guiding light. Solitude, you could still feel a little bit isolated in life, but you find peace and resolve. You know you're growing. It's very nice. Tower at the bottom. I think you've got something unexpected coming though. Okay, I want to get you an archetype, but I just want to get my purple cards because I want to see if you've got, let's see what's entering. We know with those little oracles, but what's on its way here? Fertility's a big one. If you can't have kids, you got to spy. Well, you know who that is for this collective. But I think it's a few more people too. There could be pregnancy on the cards for you soon. Someone's got their eye on you doing more research. Oh, I knew it. They'll be back, the person you had cycles with. Watch the whole reading. Watch the whole reading. I always talk about unfinished business until that full circle moment comes. Whoever's tied to that full circle moment. Fate, karma, something ended, something's about to begin. Let's confirm these. Yeah, your intuition. If your intuition's like in that other part, you would be getting examples that'd be the dream state, people appearing from this time period. Right, collective, your intuition can feel something's coming in full circle. Wow, so maybe you guys tried to have children in the past. There was challenges here. This could be a detail to tie you to this, or even right now, maybe you find it challenging to fall pregnant. Whatever's with this pregnancy, there's this, you've had a lot of challenges and you've had to work on inner healing because of whatever this is. It's reminding me of one of my collectives of a lost pregnancy, especially a loss of a child can really mess you up. So this could have really activated as well around the inner healing. If you were losing everything at that certain point, watch from the beginning. Okay, be careful. Maybe you felt used by this person in the past. Again, if you're meant to complete out a cycle, you're meant to approach this differently. So however it ended, there needs to be a different approach. That's why you got that Queen of Swords. One more. But it's being guided back to you right now. You could have lost someone of recent. But this is being guided for a reason. There's a reason you're going through that Phoenix period. I want 2 for this last one, please. Wow, that's way too many. Sexuality. A detail about sexuality. Whoa. Okay, so underneath they'll be back. Open up your heart. Your heart's closed right now, this collective. You could have shared a pet with this person, or your pets would be acting very funny around you as well. Or a memory to do with pets, but it's either this person opening up your heart to help you attract more love. This collective, I think your heart's a bit closed here right now. Last one. Sneaky. Just distance between you guys as well. Or you could be traveling soon as a detail. One more. Sexuality wanted to come out. There's still emotional balance that needs to come in, but I think that's a detail that ties to this collective as well. You know what I'm going to say? I know you got they'll be back, but you didn't get confession. You didn't get communicate. There's something you need to, again, do differently. So they're going to show you. Let's get one more. Too many. There's the communicate, but just one. Air sign. Still stuck in the mind a little bit. One more. Spy. Challenges. Whatever's coming, it's still going to be quite challenging with this. But it's meant to be, because you're meant to break free from something here. Okay, I just want to get you an archetype. You got Althea. Alright, let's quickly read that. The offering as well. I'm pretty sure she's right at the back, isn't she? Truth. Our soul recognizes the truth when someone speaks a cool wave, and you're in Queen of Swords. So you are focusing on truth. A cool wave of relief washes over the room, and all the facts and figures in the world fall by the wayside. Such is the power of Althea. It has an undeniable resonance that goes beyond the rational. We can also recognize Althea by its, can't say that word. When we hear someone speak the truth, we see the truth within ourselves and are more likely to tell our own story. The Althea card requires us to step toward an act of truth. So to step towards the act of truth. This makes sense. This makes so much sense, especially with that purple deck. They're going to show you that truth is not being spoken right now. Do you have that strength? Are you really that 9 of Cups? Do you really understand that 6 of Pentacles in reverse? There's a big lesson here for this collective. Huge. Because you were blinded last time. I remember when we were reading this, I couldn't make up. I was that the 7 of Swords in reverse, the 10 of Swords with the Ace of Swords. I was like, maybe you did hear all the truth. Maybe you were blinded to believe you knew that they were telling you the truth. There is something here. You need to trust your inner knowing and stand in your truth and not fall short and be bamboozled. for the right collective. This might look like a conversation, a gesture, a poetic act, a ritual that honors the unveiling of what's been concealed. Reclaiming your truth is a way to reclaim your vital energy, health, and sense of belonging in the world. Truth has its own wings and it sets us free. Clarity, revelation, and disclosure on the way. You've got to test first. You're not meant to be blinded. I feel this, right collective, you were blamed for this Ten of Swords. But deep down you always knew that you were right. It's that denial. Don't be blinded by words. Don't be blinded by flattery, especially if that's a lesson you need to learn in love. It's a big one. Okay, I want to see this spy energy. Who are they? Oh, there it is. So that's what still blinds you and holds you down. You've got the moon over it. There they are. So they have been heavy. They have weighed you down. You were codependent to this for a long time. It restricted you. It's left emotional baggage in your heart since 2021. That is them. That's where you got the tree and you got the moon and you got that. And I said, you don't really see what's going on here. So again, there's a reason your soul could not let go. There was never, the truth was never spoken. Wow. So they're in a hermit's journey right now. That's tower. They're going through a tower. They've activated their survival instinct, a sudden upheaval, sudden changes, chaos, aggression, desire, impulse, anger. Hermit. This says for a year or more they've been in hermit. I was not expecting that. Hold on, I want one more. Oh, look at their cards. So this person, over a year or more, arguments, fighting, abusive, tense, painful, doing it again and again. They weren't learning their lessons. Something about kinky sex. Over and over, repetitive, their anger. Look at this person's anger issues. They've got the ball and chain, the tower, and they've got the whip. No wonder they needed to go through a bloody hermit's journey. Holy moly. That's some... But they're going through an epiphany right now, an aha moment. So aha moment, discovery, breakthrough, a revelation. They're realizing something, enlightenment, epiphany, illumination. One more. This card confuses me. It's about good luck, good fortune, but then it's about rendezvous and flings, and especially with this king. I think this person, sorry, not saying it to upset you, they've got some weird sexual addictions or something. You had sexuality trying to come out so many times. Whatever their sexual desires, this person, they've had a tower moment because of it. They've had to go into hermit. They've had to reevaluate. This reminds me of someone that just constantly has their finger in, like, sorry, I'm going to say it. Ball and chain. Wow, this is good. things have been working against them, but they've been persistent with something. There's new things on the horizon. They've activated their determination. They want to make their dreams become a reality, but it's weighed them down for a long time. Tower. Holy moly, they're clouded. Thoughts, problems, doubts, hesitation beyond their view. They're confused. There's certain misunderstandings in their life, and they could be reflecting on. I want to see, actually, we saw and 21 impacted you. I want to see how it impacted this person and what they're going through now. That's what we're going to do, because you, from 2021, this collective, you activated this person. It's only been for a year. So they're sitting in a lot of shit right now. Ending. So they could have lost someone of recent too. This is the coffin. Death, loss, inactive. You did get the guardian angel as well. Discouraged, absent-minded, defeated, ending, dull over a breakup, down and out over a year. They've been in this hermit over this energy. Down and out. So they haven't been themselves. Plane taking off. Look at the difference with the cards here. Like, this is some heavy energy. 6 of the 6th, that's 35. 8th of the 9th, 9th of the 8th. 11, J could be important. 11th of the 8th or 9th. 26, 20, this says 2 and 6, but 26, 26, or the 2nd of the 6th. 6 of the 2nd could be important. The epiphany. They know they need to walk away from things in their life now. And it's funny because as soon as I heard that, I think this person's got some really weird kind of, I'm not going to say weird, but they've just do some odd things. But they're finally going into reflection. They've gone within. They're resting. Literally self-reflection. Going over an end. I want one more for that. Oh my God, expect the unexpected. This epiphany's come out of nowhere for this person. This is why, whatever's, it's, look at the mess this person's in. Oh, jeez. Oh, because of them. Playing the field, finger in all the pies. This is what I was feeling. Oh, sorry, this person. Bunnies. This is about procreation. This person is sorry. Not saying it to upset you. Right, collective, it'll be like ding, ding, ding. They've got some, when it comes to their sexual desires, this person can't. Sorry, you know what I'm saying. I want to see how 2021 impacted them. So they went out, celebrated life, they were having fun. They let go of this, even though they were feeling stuck, they were being irresponsible, they were unstable, but they were just avoiding their emotion. They were having the best time of their life, but they felt bogged down. There was no effort being put into themselves. They were distracting themselves. You would have met this person, sorry, I have to say it, quite stark. Like, I don't think they were flourishing. They were disconnected from themselves. They would hold truths, withhold truths. They suppressed intuition, secrets, missing information. kept things in the dark. This person, when you met them, they were, sorry, I'm going to be honest, they weren't honest. They weren't an honest person. They would hide things. This person was all about having the time of their life. That was their focus in 2021, even though their life was, they couldn't even see it. But again, right, collective, you would have met this person like this. No direction in life. No goals. As we said it, star in reverse, no direction. Lacking inspiration, lacking faith, hopeless. They were a negative person, bored. They were in despair when you crossed paths. Did this affect them? Yeah, but I think they didn't understand emotions, so they just tried to distract themselves. Look at these cards for them. 7 of Cups, they were confused. So them going out, having the time of their life, they were focusing on that cup, this cup, every other cup, but the cup that needed to be focused on. They lacked focus. They would sit in wishfulness, even though they were confused and unclear and sitting in an illusion. They had shiny object syndrome, sensationalist, just wanted to do things that made them feel good. This person had a wild imagination. They could have been very accusatory. Projection, I think, because this person had some shady things going on. They just thought people around them thought and acted the way they did, and their wild imagination would get the best of them. Sorry, I'm going to be honest, this collective, you would have seen this about this person's personality. You were sitting in an Ace of Pentacles life. So you would have seen this in them, but you might have been blinded by love. Maybe love's always been your blinder in life. If you were an Ace of Pentacles and they were this, you weren't in balance. This person would have had envy over your success. If they knew it or not, they would have held you up here. If this is how they were as a person, you were destined for destruction. But you would have known. You would have seen this within them. To have an Ace of Pentacles life, very ambitious, well-directed person, that doesn't just come to you. You would have been polar opposite in this department. They got the shifting consciousness as well. So as you started shifting consciousness, they did. But they still didn't see things right. Hold on, one more. Yeah, lack of goals. This card's a card of study of magic, and I think they were lacking goals. Maybe they were thinking there was great prospects here. This could be really good at their consciousness shift and up. This is stuck. This is unstable. This isn't going to work. But more they were pushing it away because of fear. But I don't think this person was on a path in life. They seem very fresh. Like they didn't have a career. They didn't have, like you, Ace of Pentacles, them Page of Pentacles, Knight of Coins. They were on a very, I'm going to say it smells very immature, very young. And I'm going to be honest, this is how this impacted them in 2021. They didn't do anything about it. Like, they didn't do anything about it. They didn't put effort into themselves. All they put effort into was having fun. And then you met this person as a fresh little chook. Lovable rogue, charismatic, playful, free thinker. I feel like this person, childlike, perfect word, very childlike. Didn't understand life. Didn't understand life. Yeah. you're a Queen of Swords. So they were harsh, critical, abrupt. They would gossip. They were easily influenced by other people. They had clouded vision. So, of course, they tried to cloud your vision. The secrets, all of this stuff. There could have been a Queen of Swords tied to them that they were being secretive about. But they were calculating. They were very calculating. And you were blinded. This is why your card's that standing in truth. There's things here you have no idea about, and this person clouded you. There could have been kind of that fake empath kind of energy around them too that they were blinded by. With the love, this is clearly you. The trust issues, the disharmony, the disconnect, the imbalance, because they were lying. I don't think this person ever had a flourishing relationship. But they started lacking faith here. They felt bored, that they were in despair, hopeless, negativity towards this situation. So even though deep in their soul they might have felt it was a soul connection, they were easily influenced. But I'm going to be honest, this person is coming off very young, so very impressionable. But like I said, you would have seen this person and their true qualities, but I think you were blinded. You were blinded by the connection. But 2021 for them, oh God, where you started evolving, they got stuck. They felt sorry for themselves. They aligned themselves with not the best people. They were distracting, just trying to have fun in their life, sensationalist, that shiny object syndrome. They were meant to start something. They were meant to restart. They were meant to start pushing forward with something great in their life, but unfortunately they didn't. So it's only been that year where this person started to change. So as you were flourishing, as you were changing, this person was just doing all the things that they always do. And there they are, the heartbreaker, the manipulator, all the things they revoked and they never took accountability for. This is one of my collectives. Your person blamed you for everything. Everything. No wonder you're meant to really put up boundaries here, this collective. You've been blinded. You've had that ball and chain on your ankle for 4 years, blaming yourself. That's terrible. Terrible. I quickly want to see how this person feels towards you. You got magic come out straight away, so you are gifted. So they know that you have a sixth sense. They try and cleanse and clear you. Look at you. This is what they're terrified of you. That's your one. That's my collective. Your psychic abilities, your magical blood, cleanse and clear. It's the honesty. This person literally blinded you. I love you, but attachments, they go over the attachments, the codependency, the avoidance, the anxiety. They do want to express themselves. This stops them in their tracks for the right collective. I wouldn't be surprised if they think that you've done this kind of stuff towards them as well. Again, this person, very wild imagination. They want to blame you for their destruction instead of seeing it as their karma in life for the person they are. But how you've upgraded, whoa. You're divinely protected. The karma, my OGs, you know, especially underneath this, yes, I see it as divinely protected, but this kind of energy, it's the karma they've gotten since aligning with you. And look at their life. And even now, so even though they've been a hermit, they're still sitting in towers and shit. They see you as very divinely protected. Every time they want to apologize because they know they need to, they try and cleanse and clear because they don't want to be truthful. Don't watch this whole thing. You are standing in that Althea energy for a reason. You are not meant to be blinded. Again, don't miss this cycle. I would clear this out, this collective. If this is really meant to be, it'll be. Right now, this person, it feels very mother trauma. So this is why they struggle to open up, tell you their deep feelings. They would have maybe not the best example as a feminine role in their life. Makes sense with their sexual addictions too. The rejection. So they know. They feel like they've got the upper hand here. Because this reminds me, they're ghosted, they left you on red, so they don't want to express themselves because then they're afraid they're going to get the anxiety and the rejection. Sorry, my angels, this one's selfish. This person's selfish. And I'm not even, I always say, as a reader, we pick up I can feel it. I can feel the energy. This isn't even from the collective. I actually think this collective, you still care. Healing, they could be healing. And it's too much fear. Big red flag. This person, and I feel it's very childish. I wouldn't be surprised if this is an age gap collective of mine. I don't like that energy. Let's quickly get their intention. Oh, I like want to close. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Oh, they're dreaming. Divine masculine, inner child healing, and union and in sync. I'm working on my divine masculine side. I need to be more assertive, confident, and speak up for myself. They need to learn to be truthful. I can no longer bow out of things and situations when I become fearful, but fight for what I love, and that is you. I have made excuses in order to control or sabotage our connection. Well, that's the truth for this collective, unfortunately. But now I realize, and one of those excuses are your gifts. So they don't accept you for who you are. They have intimidation for your magic, your spiritual being. They would have made you feel foolish and crazy for it. The right love accepts you, wants you to flourish, not clip your wings. Just remember that. Because that's their feelings right now. A majority of it is your spiritual soul. It intimidates them. So if that's your life path, this person will try and clip your wings. They are literally like scared of your magic. You've got a lesson here to choose yourself, not be blinded by their words. I want to commit to you. I want to hold your hand in sickness and in health. I want to walk into the sunset with you and never look back. But I need to release certain commitments to fully commit to you. Drinking the Kool-Aid. So they're still impressionable, easily influenced, clouded vision. Yes, this says this is underneath what they need to change. I think they're still like that though. I followed blindly to what everyone else was telling me. They made me believe our connection wasn't real and that it was just a waste of my time. I now know that was untrue, but it's because of what they were saying. Just remember that, my angels. Inner child healing. Juggling. So they're still juggling their life. I don't even think this person has direction in life. I'm going to be honest. I know they've got that hermit there. I'm having a hard time processing what happened between, because they only just started reflecting on it. And remember, this reading's from 2021. Watch the whole thing. Because they were avoiding, they were numbing, they were partying, they were replacing. So they've never had time to process it because they didn't want to. Union and in sync, spring. So they're going over, or could be autumn for some countries. So they're going over a memory here from March 20th, May 5th, May 6th to June 20th. I don't know if you guys spoke about marriage at this time. They're going over a memory to do with union and in sync here. Maybe how their life would be now. Look, let's be real, look at what they're going through in their life at the moment. I'll get a couple of these, but I don't really like the feeling of this person. 3. That's good. That's good. Oh, God. Whoa. Oh, God, that's split on... Okay. That's very good. Just remember your cards, though, my angels. There's a reason they won't stand in that energy. I do say, and I do believe everyone can change if they want to change, but it, like... I've transformed into my higher self because of you. Your energy changed me. You feed my mind and nourish my soul. Your energy helps me keep going. The truth has been illuminated. I can't hide from what you've shown me. There are 3 very good cards. They're all about mind activation and growth, but just remember how long you've been in pain for, this collective. They're shattered. Now they're shattered, but again, because their life's kind of up in smokes. Old habits are breaking me down, but a new version of me is being revealed. And that's the thing with their energy. It's all of their bad habits. It's good if it's breaking them down. It's good. One more. But they would be nervous to approach you. They're self-sabotage. You make me feel nervous and excited in a good way, but I am scared to approach you. Withholding love from you, I withheld love from myself. Self-doubt. Evil eye. Just be careful. Be careful. I'm sticking to it. I think this collective, you need to protect yourself. All right, let's get tarot. We'll see. They didn't get... we'll see their next action towards this collective. Oh, they might talk about their little spying ways, but it's going to come in rapidly, rapid high, rapid low, then silence again. This person's not ready. Ace of Pentacles. I do think wants to be honest, but this person you can see really struggles, and I do think you've got a literal rapid, non-thought about communication, and then quite quickly they're going to go and freak out. So Ace of Pentacles, that's good. I do think they do want to offer you something that's stable, but I just don't think they have the capacity to do it. Like, I think this person's life's and they're so stuck in the mind. They're so stuck in the mind, which won't allow for spontaneous expression. I don't want to say this person's going to manipulate you, but this stuck in the mind, it's not going to be honest and transparent. One more. 4 possessive still. Lack of mindfulness. They still have core things. Look at this part for them. They got the ball and chain, the whip, they got the tower, they got all of the emotionally charged cards. This person's got some anger issues, jealousy issues. They're not someone that would give you space. They're someone that would chuck a tantrum if they didn't get their way, or if you chose not to reply, they'll block you. Like, just very childish, very childish. They don't think before they act. Reading energy like this is sad because you can see how confused they are. They love you, but they don't know how to love you. And that's what's sad. Sorry, I'm not saying it to upset you, but This person doesn't know the power of love. They don't know how to appreciate love. That's the last thing you should be doing. You need Queen of Swords. I want one more. The only way to get a new story, they're trying to show you something to complete a cycle right now. Just remember that. And if you're about to repeat what this person did again, you're not starting nothing new here. I think you need compassion for yourself, understanding for yourself. Yeah, you can, unfortunately, I think this collective, you might have strength now watching this reading. It makes me feel this is that soulmate and the sweetness. Like just getting blinded. You don't want to get blinded again. If this has taken you 4 years to bring this cycle in and you repeat the same thing, oh God, my angels. That's up to you though. What's the outcome? Yeah, Three of Swords, argument. That's what I would shut this down. Sorry, my angels, I would shut it down. They're not coming in with confession or communicate wanting to compromise. They're literally coming in rapidly, impulsively to play games. Deep in their soul, they want something here, but they still get triggered by you. Okay, and then you, this loving kind of Six of Cups, full Queen of Cups, like that's going to end in you getting hurt again and an argument. I'm just here for advice. Definitely, you've got a lesson to stand in truth, okay? This person doesn't deserve more compassion than you deserve. You've had that ball and chain on you for 4 years, this collective, the right collective. Wheel of Fortune, trust in fate, return the favor. Return the favor. The wheel's got a hold of this. If this is really meant to be, it'll be. It shouldn't be like this. I don't think this collective, you've ever found your voice here, so you haven't broken that layer you're stuck on. Don't take the moment of bliss. Don't take the moment of bliss. Even if this is just meant to sever this and you finally learn the lesson so you can release this. Whatever it is, you've got to surrender and just remember there's a reason your current energy, watch from the beginning. You're starting to realize that the people that don't appreciate you, it's for a reason. Sorry, that energy. But anyway, that would have been a tough one to hear. If it's really divine, it's protected. But this person is not your divine equal right now. I'm going to be honest. Trust in your Wheel of Fortune. Trust in fate. Trust in destiny. Citrine, good luck, good fortune awaits you. I always say when you pass a big test, an obstacle, look at the floodgates that open. This person's an abundant block for you right now. Trust in your Venus star, your magic within. 20-cent piece. 2006 could have been an important year for you. The Hum's a hand, protected, baby pearl. This person, just a bubblesy pearl, okay? And perseverance. This still needs patience if this is something that you want. First, you need to find your voice. 8th of the 5th, 5th of the 8th, 8-8, 3-3, 10th of the 6th, 6th of the 10th, portal energy. So 1st of the 1st, 2nd of the 2nd. You could be a portal baby, this person could be. 10th of the 12th, 12th of the 10th, 10-10, 15th of the 10th, 15th of the 12th, 10th of the 6th, 6th of the 10th, and then 6, 6, 6, 10, 10, 3, 3, 8, 8. If it really is true pairings, synchronized, it'll come when it's meant to. But again, my advice, this collective, you've never faced this lesson with this person. Just remember how you should be treated. Okay, I am going to have another collective up on YouTube today, so if that didn't resonate, I'll have one up over there later. All right, lots of love.